Hey, this is Carla from the Butcher Babies.
This is George Cortron Fisher from Cannibal Corpse.
Hey, this is Rex from Kill Devil Hill. It's Wednesday 13. This is Dad from Devil Driving.
This is Motorist from Quad. You're listening to Rabid Noise
on Rabid Radio.
Turn it up.
Welcome to Rabid Noise. That was Bring It On back from Buckcherry. Bucket and Roll. And joining us on the program now is Buckcherry shredder Keith Nelson. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Not much, man. Just hanging about, listening to some metal and talking to you. It's excellent times, man. You're just about to drop this album here today, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're very excited, man. Very excited to continue the string of rock and roll records.
Have you got any plans to celebrate the list?
Yeah, we have some fire trucks coming over. We've got some pit bulls. We're gonna barbecue. I'm kidding. We hit the road in a few days and start the tour, man. So that's really, to us, the most exciting thing. We're a live rock and roll band. Just excited to go play some shows.
Oh, definitely, man. And which songs are going off live so far? You know, have you tested a few out?
Well, you know, we've only played one song off this record so far. That's Bring It On Back, the one you just played. And but you know, we'll probably play 3 or 4 by the time it's all said and done. And you know, of course, we always pay attention to what the fans are saying. So if you guys want to hear a song, put it out there, and we'll do our best.
Well, man, the album's it's pretty diverse, and you know, you guys even flirt with a bit of horns on there on the track Tight Pants. How'd that come about?
Well, you know, I mean, geez, you want to push the envelope for your band, and you want to try to evolve, but you don't really want to be anything other than a rock and roll band. So you kind of you know, you got to pick and choose where you experiment and what you do. And we've never done anything with horns before. And, you know, all my favorite bands have had horns or even bagpipes in their songs. So we just thought that would be the time to do it, you know, a funky song. And we all listen to all kinds of music, but we all listen to funk for sure, especially the old stuff. So we just thought, good opportunity to try it.
So who came up with the idea? Was it just this song needs horns, or did you write the song around the horns?
I'm gonna have to take credit. I'm gonna have to take credit for that. And you know, a couple guys in the band looked at me sideways, like, "What?" And I'm just like, "Let me just try it. Let's just see what happens." And it worked out good, I think.
I think so too, man. Yeah, it's a catchy tune, and it's real cool. Have there been tracks that you've really pushed yourself musically that have been a bit of a mission to play live when you've gone back to learn them or jammed on them?
Well, you know, I have to say on this record, you know, a song like Rain's Fallen, that kind of there isn't a whole lot going on. That was probably the most challenging song because we all had to just lay back and sink into that groove. And so to me, that is the most challenging as opposed to just bashing about and making a racket.
That's awesome, man. That's a good song too, man. It's the album's just full of winners. It's no filler.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, that's rad, man. And all right, well, we're going to go to the track "The Madness," which is my favorite track from rock and roll now, and we'll be back very soon on Rabid Noise.
Hey guys, just want to take a minute to give a shout out to our podcast supporters, RW Promotion, who are the best in the business when it comes to printing posters, flyers, banners, badges, business cards, you name it. They've got what it takes to help you get everything you need to help spread the word about your band or business. And with a blistering turnaround, they'll make sure you get your product ASAP. So get in touch with Richard and the team at www.rwpromotion.com.au or shoot them an email at info@rwpromotion.com.au. Also want to give a shout out to the guys at Blacklight Art and Design, who in my opinion are the Gold Coast best screen printers. So, you know, we've gotten many band shirts and even our own Rabid Noise shirts done through these guys, and they've also got one of the fastest turnarounds I've ever seen. So all quality prints at competitive prices. So whether it's band merchandise, sporting teams, promotional garments or workwear, you know, they've got you covered. So hit them up at www.blacklightad.com.au or email them at info@blacklightad.com.au. So big thanks to those guys for helping us to bring you this podcast each and every week and for, of course, supporting the metal scene. So now it's back to Rabid Noise.
And we're back with Keith from Buckcherry. Now, rock and roll definitely isn't dead, and there are definitely bands out there like yourself that are keeping that flame going. What bands are you into at the moment that you think are keeping the rock spirit alive?
You've got a perfect example of that where you guys are with the band Airborne. You know, we love those guys, and that's just a phenomenal rock and roll band right under your nose there in Australia. Blackberry Smoke is a fucking rock and roll band, you know? Bands like that just go out there and kind of do what they do. And then still, all of our favorites are still out there. You know, AC/DC's out there, and Aerosmith is out there, and Cheap Trick is out there. So there's a lot of rock and roll out there right now.
Do you think there are a lot of bands that are, you know, even though, you know, there's a lot of rock and roll bands out there, as we're saying, it's definitely not dead, but do you think there are a lot of bands are playing it safe these days? You don't hear many stories of, you know, hotels getting trashed and crazy parties like the old days, you know?
Like that, but it is a little bit of a different time, unfortunately, you know. We just live in a different age where, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but we're not traveling around in a private jet. We're, you know, we're slugging it out, and most bands are slugging it out, and it's just kind of not reality to. Well, first of all, TVs are bolted down in the hotel rooms now, so that's no fun.
But I'm sure, like, you've had your fair share of, you know, shenanigans on the road. What's the most trouble you've gotten yourself into?
You know what? I couldn't actually repeat it. That's how much trouble it was. But we've had. Let's just say we have had and are continuing to have a very rock and roll experience out there.
You know, you guys have been. How many years you guys been doing this? Like since like the mid-90s at least.
Yeah, I mean, I met Josh in '96, and that's when we got cooking, and it's been one blur ever since.
Man, what do you think's changed the most from you know starting the band back then to say now?
I mean, I don't even know where to start. We did our first record that came out on cassette, you know? I mean, everything has changed. The way people get music, the way people listen to music, the venues have changed. You know, international traveling has changed. The whole system is different now.
Do you think it was better back in the day than what it is now?
I mean, I don't mind where it is now. I mean, I think it's easy for artists to complain about whatever they want to complain about, streaming and downloads and all that bullshit. But, I mean, it's a different game, and you've got to evolve. And throughout the history of recorded music, people have had to evolve, and some people have embraced it, and some people have you know, fought against it. I think you're on the losing end if you're fighting it.
Definitely, man. We last saw you guys down here with Fozzy and Steel Panther, which looked like it was just such a massive tour. It was. I was at the one in Brisbane, and it was just off the hook, man. It must have been pretty fun to party with those guys. Man,
they're fucking awesome guys, and we had such a great time with them. We made really good friends with those guys. I'd never really met them before, and the friendship continues. So it was really a good experience for all of us.
When you were down here, did you actually go visit Bon Scott's grave and all that? Because you're a big AC/DC fan yourself, right?
I mean, we're all huge AC/DC fans. We did not get a chance to do that, unfortunately, but I'm sure we'll be back, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do that.
Well, in saying that, can we expect a headline tour from you dudes in the future?
Yeah, we are talking about right now putting a plan together for sometime either at the end of the year or after the first to get to Australia and Japan simultaneously, because, you know, for us Americans, that's a kind of makes the trip a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So we're looking at something like that. And, you know, our Australian fans have been so awesome to us and really appreciative, and we don't forget that. We cannot wait to get back.
Oh, man, we can't wait to have you guys back. And it is a bit of a mission for you guys to come all the way down here, you know, just to Australia. So, yeah, a lot of bands stop off at Japan and then come visit us. Yeah,
I mean, look, we're not ones to complain, but it is an expensive venture to, you know, move the whole apparatus, the whole entourage, if you will, over there and get it done. But, you know, we love being there, and I would definitely be back on this record.
Awesome, man. That's awesome news. Well, we're going to go to the classic Buckcherry track, Lit Up now. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, man, and we hope to see you dudes soon.
Yeah, man, we'll see you really soon, and thank you for your time today.